Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Friday Night Smackdown review with us, the British Fist. I am Mr. Parkins, the new improved Cody Rhodes Mark #1 with a new haircut. And this guy sitting next to me is, well, his hair is always this short because he gets it cut every couple of weeks. It's NJ.
What's up?
No, I just made it up. Do you actually get it cut every couple
yes,
of weeks?
I do.
It kind of looks like it, yeah. Anyway, subscribe up above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on Smackdown if indeed you saw the show.
Please contact us in the links in the description box below.
God, that finger, I just don't know how you can do that. I mean, I can do it, but not as well as you do. Anyway, let's go straight onto this show, because after what happened at Vengeance with the ring breaking, I was very intrigued to see what was actually going to happen on this show. And we also got a nice little video package showing this, didn't we, at the beginning?
Definitely building it up to be the main event of SmackDown, Dan.
Yeah, definitely building up to the main event SmackDown. Yeah. And we got more signs of this in the opener, didn't we, NJ? Nat. We had Teddy Long opening the show. He talks about how tonight Mark Henry and Big Show he will decide the future of the World Heavyweight Championship. That will be addressed tonight, which was good. That was needed. You'd think that would be the main event, but we'll get to that later. And then we have Christian interfering, saying basically he should get a World Heavyweight Championship shot because the door is wide open for him to get a World Heavyweight Championship shot. Yeah, then we get Punk coming out, and it's like, why is he coming out with Christian? But
all I'm gonna say is Christian can play for me, so I'm thinking with Punk coming out, he actually saved this, even though he does Raw wrestling coming up to a SmackDown opener. Yeah, it kind of confused me a little bit with why CM Punk was coming out to face Christian. This was obviously going to be the main event match. Teddy Long talks about, I'm bringing over some Raw stars for a bit more star power here at SmackDown, player, and then we're going to get some Raw versus SmackDown matches here now because this is going to be a Super SmackDown, player. Holla, holla, holla. And CM Punk noticed one thing by one fan in the audience, one more match sign. And then Punk talks about Christian bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. That was funny shit, wasn't it? He kept on going, just going. Christian was getting really frustrated, and then he made the match. Yeah, and this set of the match between Punk and Christian for our main event later tonight, and we'll get more onto that as the main event. But one thing I just want to say here, why isn't your main thing on SmackDown being the main event? It just kind of annoys me when Big Show and Mark Henry isn't the main event. Or the biggest thing that happened at the pay-per-view as well. Well, when we get to the points later, I can see why they didn't have it as the main event. We'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll get to that later. After that, we had Awesome Truth versus Air Boom. This is weird because for the first time in a while, I can say 2 tag team names going into a match. That's not happened in a while, has it, really? No, and the disappointing with this, it's only a small minor thing. We didn't hear see remix. We're Awesome Truth. This is how we feel about all of you. You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck! Not you guys, though. You guys are awesome. You suck! Oh, don't say that. That's what I did last week, and I got shit for it. But anyway, it was this was a decent match. Awesome Truth get the clean win, and you could say to yourself, this makes the tag champs look weak, but Miz and Truth are up here at the moment, and Air Boom are down here at the moment, so I can understand this. I'd like to maybe end in a DQ so you don't bury your tag champs too much, but it made sense Awesome Truth getting the win. They also get some mic time as well, talking about their match at Survivor Series. And as much as WWE try to make Air Boom a strong tag team, they're not as high up as Awesome Truth, so I think Awesome Truth getting the win, it made sense, because they're the ones who have this bigger match happening than what they're going to probably having at Survivor Series. I imagine Kingston and Evan Bourne, Air Boom will probably be in a Survivor Series match of some kind, along with Ziggler, Swagger, people like that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That's what I think WWE are trying to gear up to, especially based on some of the stuff we saw tonight. Very and they got some mic time afterwards talking up their main event and about The Rock and stuff, so I thought it was good. I thought this segment was okay. Yeah, it did. It's just at the end, so I think it was nicely done, yeah. We then have a backstage segment between Tyson Kidd and Daniel Bryan talking about how Bret Hart is better. Shawn Michaels is better. Bret Hart's sharpshooter is awesome. Shawn Michaels' sweet music's better. Yeah, it probably is, actually. But the thing is, I was so close to saying this, but I thought I'd be fair to Daniel Bryan. They're all jobbers there. It is fair to Daniel Bryan. He is a jobber. This was basically to hype up a match between them two later on in the night. Tyson Kidd versus Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I mean, it's at least it's a match which Daniel Bryan, we think he could win, and it's nice to see him finally being featured on TV, seeing as he is the Money in the Bank champion, or Money in the Bank winner, even though he's not holding a briefcase. And it was Santino that said that these two should go out and fight. Thank you, Santino, for making that match. Yeah, that was interesting. We then had a thing with Teddy Long
He makes a Ziggler versus Orton match later on in the night, banning Swagger from ringside. So at least we got sort of some segments there which tie into the show, making some matches later tonight, which I enjoyed. I thought that was good how they kind of announced and gave some reason to the matches.
It was funny because we had like little Hornswoggle just was yo. Yeah.
Woo.
Or whatever he flippers, I don't really care.
He wasn't on TV this week.
The horrible bit is you get to see that comedy bit, and then you get to see Ted Long's girlfriend or whatever it is coming.
Fuck that.
Just went straight past
Screw that. We then had a nice little clip of Triple H and Kevin Nash, their kind of feud thing. This all leads to Michael Cole announcing that Triple H has suffered a fractured vertebrae. So I just don't understand why they're putting this Raw stuff on SmackDown. Really? Come on. Have you not got something better to put on there? Good hype, but I mean, why on SmackDown?
Triple H, get well soon, mate.
Yeah, whatever. We then have a Wade Barrett versus Trent Barrett, a squash match. Well, actually, it wasn't a squash match. You know, you get this thing with Barrett saying, the Wade Barrett barrage continues because he has a broken nose. This match went on for a bit longer than I expected. I just expected it to be a squash. But again, it's just another win for Wade Barrett, and hopefully it looks like they're going to be doing something for me, maybe a Survivor Series, although I really feel it'll be in a Survivor Series match.
The match really wasn't special. All I can say is that Wade was obviously going to win. It's just a shame that he didn't get done quicker. It made Trent look a little bit strong, but overall, the winner was Wade, so good on that. So
I'm interested to see what WWE are going to be doing with Wade Barrett. I imagine he'll be in a Survivor Series 5-on-5 match or something like that. That's what I think.
Because he's eventually going to need to start doing more in the WWE, so why not put him in his 5-on-5 match? Give him a push there.
Why not make a Wade Barrett versus Daniel Bryan feud? That would be something I'd be interested in. Do it, because it would help both guys. An idea for you, WWE, if you're watching this video.
And if you're going to give Daniel Bryan some more wins before that actually does happen.
Indeed. We then have our main event, or I think it was anyway. Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm not surprised this was our main event. We've seen this match on Raw a lot of times, didn't we? We kind of knew who was going to win this.
Before the match began, outcome Cody Rhodes!
And you know out there in the British Fist that I am a Cody Rhodes mark #1. And I just have one thing to say here, NJ. He came out, he strutted his stuff, he had the IC Championship, but one thing that was playing on my mind was, why was Cody versus Ted on Superstars? Why are you wasting Cody Rhodes on a mediocre program like Superstars when he should be headlining Smackdown? Think about that one, WWE.
And my question is, why wasting Ted?
Exactly, on a Superstar. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's get to this match. Cody Rhodes on commentary. It shows that they're still continuing this Rhodes and Orton thing, a new way of integrating this rivalry. The match itself was good. It went 10.5 minutes. I kind of expect that from these two, though.
As much as I was hoping, it was the first half of the match. Yeah. The camera did concentrate on the commentary quite a lot. I think it kind of dragged a bit. But at the end, the last half of the match, it concentrated more on the match itself and how good Dolph was against Randy Orton.
Ziggler did get booked quite strong in this match, which was good. I really wish this didn't end clean. You have a perfect thing there. Cody Rhodes come in the ring, beat on Orton or something, end in a DQ, just so you don't bury your US champion. But you know, it was a good match for what it was.
But with Dolph, he's always getting pinned one way or another, apart from at Vengeance, when he actually did good then. But again, he's always getting pinned when it's on free TV. So there you go.
So Randy Orton wins in a match. We kind of knew he would win it, but it was. I didn't think the segment, the Rhodes and Orton stuff was decent, but not as good as I expected. I do expect more from these two, just because I really do have high hopes of this feud. It might be that, but codes? Did I just call him codes? I did. But yeah, I just was a little bit underwhelmed by the interaction between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, but it was still a decent segment of the night.
Yeah, they did hype up a little bit between Orton and Codes at the end of the match.
Oh no, Orton and Codes, my God.
Yeah, a little pet name there.
Another botch by me. I'm like mad. I'm turning into the British version of Sin Cara here, NJ.
Sin Cara.
We then have an interview with Hunico without his mask. He talks about last week how he had his identity stolen. It's now time for payback, so I guess this feud is going to continue between the two.
Yeah, and he's gone from a mask to a bandana. That's a good move there.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be doing a bit of talking now, so that might help the feud a little bit. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's it.
We then had the said match between Tyson Kidd and Daniel Bryan. I was expecting this to be like a technical match clinic thing, you know, but the match lasted 2.5 minutes, and I just know this is at least Daniel Bryan is getting featured on TV and is getting a win, even though I feel that he could be in so much better segments than this.
If he was on a winning streak instead of a losing streak, I think, to be honest, he could have been in better segments. But I think this whole losing thing's ruined him for a while.
Yep. And all I can say now is, the losing streak is over! Yay!
I would celebrate, but this is week 1. Let's see if he continues his winning streak or his wins next week.
Yeah, Money in the Bank champion on a losing streak. Money in the Bank winner, sorry, botch again. We had Daniel Bryan reversing the sharpshooter into a label lock, which was okay. But just the match didn't last enough time, and it just, I don't know. It's just I just think Daniel Bryan should be spotlighted a lot better than this, especially if he's the Money in the Bank winner.
Between now and WrestleMania, they've got to start building him up so we can believe that he's going to be a winner at WrestleMania.
Give him a feud with Wade Barrett. That's all I can say. We then see another Raw clip between Awesome Truth and Cena. I'm not going to bother with that, are we?
The only thing I'll say about that is too much Raw clips. Some of them were needed, but you show some that were just like in the middle of nowhere, just wasting time.
If that wasn't bad enough, your main Raw feud got the main event of Smackdown, but we'll get onto that in a minute. We also had Cole showing more photos of JR. Just why? Fuck that. Do you want to move on?
Yeah, just nothing to say about that.
We then had a Big Show and Mark Henry segment about the state of the WWE Championship. Now, I was looking forward to this segment because I knew what happened at Vengeance. I'm very invested into this feud. I was looking forward to seeing what would happen. But it should have been the main event. It really should have. You got your main championship on the show. It should have been the main event. Even though it wasn't the best segment to end the show, it still needs to be in that main event segment. It is the highest feud you have on that show.
Well, the thing is, this was too short. You had Big Show and Mike. Okay, you didn't cry, give him that. You had Mark Henry come out. Didn't manage to get in the ring because he showed his injury, so it's good they continue with that. But again, they're hyping something there for them to continue because he did say it. Theodore Reigns gave him a rematch somewhere nearby.
Yeah, he did mention that. So they'll get a match at Survivor Series probably. Hopefully, they'll probably need to add some sort of stipulation in there to make the match a bit better than what it was at Vengeance. So it'll be hard to top that. But you know, Big Show talks about hurting himself. Henry being a dominant guy. It's all relevant stuff. They both sell their injuries, which was good. We needed that. Basically, Henry goes to fight Big Show, but he doesn't get in the ring because of his back. Oh, my back is killing me from that match I did earlier.
He played it well.
He played it quite well. But it was a bit underwhelming in my opinion. But again, at least it did its job to continue this and show that we're going to be getting it in the future. And I'm all for this.
One more match, I think.
One more match. Who does that remind you of, Chris? Christian A? Fella? Because we kind of got a little bit of that in the next segment, didn't we?
Here we go.
CM Punk versus Christian in our main event match of the evening. You know, 3 minutes into the match, Del Rio comes out to ringside. So it looks like this whole segment is being done to hype up CM Punk and Del Rio. Do it on Raw. Don't do it on SmackDown. Save your SmackDown. Save your main SmackDown feuds for the main event. Please, come on. I'm just saying.
I'm guessing the way he came out, we had CM Punk almost about to just go to sleep. So I think having him come out saved Christian. Yeah,
exactly. Del Rio basically knocks Punk from the ropes. And then Sheamus is going to get the win, but then Sheamus comes out and distracts Christian so that Punk can get the win clean. You know, what did you think of this segment overall?
Out of the two wrestlers, you do expect Punk to win because he is the higher wrestler, the one that draws in more attention from the fans. So I think, to be honest, making him win was good. But again, you're combining the Del Rio and Punk, Christian and Sheamus. So there's all combined. So it's two things going in one. And I'm thinking, for a main event, for a SmackDown main event, it was more on the Raw side.
It was definitely more on the Raw side, which kind of annoys us here. But, you know, it was a good match, 9.5 minutes. It got enough time, I thought. So in that sense, in developing two feuds going into Vengeance, or going into Survivor Series, I'm botching again here. But whatever. We do this live, brother. So it does its job to hype two feuds. My God, Andy, just take over. I'm just
again. So to wrap that up, we've wrapped up the SmackDown with Punk looking strong, Sheamus there. So there could be a possible tag match going on there because they've done it quite nicely for a future show. But now we can just say, what grade are we going to give this SmackDown?
Well, I don't know. This SmackDown was kind of average in my opinion. You know, there are some good things I'm interested in going to this, but I didn't feel they delivered it brilliantly this week. But it was still an okay SmackDown. It kind of, again, simple, logical segments in some places, some decent matches, bit too much Raw stuff on there, which kind of annoyed me. And from the Vault segment again, I'm going to give this a C-, something like that, C-. It was a very average show. Some bits were underwhelming, but it was still decent and did its job for the pay-per-view, I guess.
Very true.
What about you?
Well, what I'm going to give it is because it was a follow from Vengeance. It had all these right segments here, there. We had the Christian thing. We had the CM Punk thing. We had the tag thing, Awesome Truth thing, Sin Cara thing. So it had a big show from Mark Henry. It had done that, so I'm going to give it a strong C there.
Strong C. So was Raw better than SmackDown better than Raw this week? Or we'll save that for our good and bad of the week. While we're here, guys, Make sure you check out Good and Bad of the Week, which will be out this weekend. We don't advertise it too much on here, but make sure you guys check that out at the weekend, where we'll be giving our overall thoughts on Raw, SmackDown, and TNA. So definitely check that out. But in the meantime, get your comments on SmackDown in that comment section down below. And NJ, will you just take this video to the very end?
That's been it from the British Fist, which is Mr. Parkins.
Cody Rose Mike #1.
And me and Jake, Triple H Mark #1. And that has been it. Goodbye.